Hi everyone, and welcome to our beautiful chaos on my channel. And my name is Jamie Fillier, and I am a mom of 5, including a newborn baby boy that I recently had. And as a mom of 5, I've used a lot of baby products. I've done baby registries, I've had baby showers, I've had a lot of baby stuff. And as a blogger, I've been actually able to try a ton of baby stuff. And I know at this point I've sort of got it perfected of what you need and what you don't need. And today I want to talk about 10 baby products that you absolutely do not need and what I would recommend instead. And I'm going to preface this by saying, to be honest, for babies, all you need is a set of arms, something to wrap them in, some clothes, and somewhere for them to sleep. And you're going to be really, I know we feed them, and you're going to be good. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt. You're going to want some of these products. So I'm going to get into, in my experience with my 5 children, what I have not needed and what I use instead. I'm actually going to do another video to complement this one with the products that I really wouldn't want to live without. The products, they're really great, but in my experience, there are some things that you just don't need. And I know as a new mom, when you're pregnant, whether it's your first or your 5th, you want to go buy stuff. You want to get that cool baby stuff. You're checking out the baby aisles in the store, and it gets expensive. I mean, there's so much out there, and there's so many ad companies that are out there telling you, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. And some of it you really don't need. So the first item on my list that you do not need is a diaper genie. And I know there's some moms out there that just absolutely swear by them. For me, I hated it. I had one in my bedroom, which is where my babies all sleep, and it doesn't stop poop from smelling. There's really nothing that can stop poop from smelling. All they are just plastic tubes filled with bags that you put poop in. And I personally I hated it. It smelled bad after like an hour or two. And if you forget to clean that thing out once, you might as well just burn it, to be honest, because you're never going to want to go back there. What I would recommend instead is I go to IKEA and I buy doggy poop bags. And they're like $300 for $2, and you wrap each diaper in that and you toss it in the garbage, and at the end of the day, you just take out the trash like normal. And I have never had a problem with my garbage smelling like poop or pee or any of the nasty smells that come out of that. Those bags are meant to hide those smells, and they are much more effective than a diaper genie, which takes a long time to fill up and a lot cheaper, because those refills for those diaper genies, they are not cheap. So the second item on my list is something that I really see lately. I didn't see it around a lot with my first, but it seems to be a trendy item, is the rocking bassinets. I've never seen a point to them. A bassinet for them to sleep in should be still, because I mean, your baby is asleep. You want them to be steady. A rocking bassinet, if they move, it's going to move them. I've never felt it's really safe, because I mean, newborns can't roll, but if you're having them rocking back and forth, they're going to roll, and you've got to be constantly watching when you have a baby in something like that. And I know we're all constantly watching, but I like to be able to go to the bathroom without freaking out that my baby's got his face pressed against something. So for me, a rocking bassinet, again, just something you really, really don't need. By contrast, something that I get a lot of use from is a swing. I've had a swing with all of my babies. Only one of them hasn't liked it. The secret, I find, is to get a swing that has the option of going both back and forth and side to side. So like this or like this. And most swings these days have them, and they're great. Uh-oh, they found me. Small interruption. So a swing that goes back and forth and side to side is something that I've used extenuously. I trust to put my baby into it because they generally have the seat belts. You can keep your baby in it, and it mimics that rocking motion that all of my babies have seemed to love. I have noticed that my children have had a preference, each of them, for side to side or back and forth. I don't see a pattern to why they prefer either of those motions, but having both of them is really great if you have that option. So my third item on my list is baby washcloths and baby towels. And again, I don't see the point. I don't want to spend $9 for 4 baby washcloths when I have normal washcloths that clean my baby just fine, and normal towels that clean my baby just fine. A baby towel is going to be good for a baby under a year. After that, they're no good anymore. Kid towels, much better. Just regular towels. I mean, they don't have to be baby. I find that there's a baby tax as soon as you attach that name. Baby towels, baby face cloths, baby anything, it gets a lot more expensive and they tend to be less useful. So I would just use my normal towels, my normal face cloths. I've never had a problem with them. I do avoid washing them in fabric softener, but that's the only difference. Baby shoes. No baby wears shoes. You're going to put these shoes on a child for 2 minutes for a photo, and that's it. I mean, get a pair or two. You're going to get a ton at your baby shower. Everyone's going to buy them for you. I had a pair of baby high heels for my eldest that were just absolutely adorable, but they're the most impractical things. And if you're going to spend $20 on a pair of baby shoes, it's just ridiculous. Your baby's going to live in sleepers. One-piece sleepers. They're just so simple that cover their feet and keep them warm, and they're much more comfortable and non-constricting. So baby shoes, not necessary. Oh, a wipe warmer. I didn't get one with my first. I wanted one so bad, and I just never got it. And then so my second, I got it. And you know what? I hated it. They're useless. Like, babies don't need warm wipes. They're not going to freak out that much about a diaper change in the middle of the night. And I know that's what you think of. Like, I want to keep them warm, but you're going to take their diaper off. You're going to change them. They're going to be woken up. And, as someone coming from nursing school, now thinking back on it, a wipe warmer is just an absolute breeding ground for bacteria. You're leaving those wipes in there. If you fill it, you're going to have those wipes in there for a week or two, or even more, depending on if you use it all the time or just at night or just like once or twice a day. That is just going to be a disgusting cesspool of warm bacteria wipes, and I would never go back to using one, even if I liked them. Warmth means bacteria. So just use your regular wipe container. It may be cold or cool, but I mean, it's room temperature, and you're taking that diaper off that baby anyway. You're not keeping them asleep. So just wipe warmer, no go. That's probably the one on my list that's just an absolute no. I cringe now when I hear people using them, and I tell all of my friends and family, just don't. You don't want to introduce bacteria to those sensitive areas. Next is burp cloths. So if this is your first child, you may have seen them. I know you probably use them. They're this big. They sit on your shoulder. Your baby is supposed to burp on them, and they're going to throw up on them if they're going to throw up, saving your clothes. The problem is babies are very good at throwing up, and they're going to get your clothes anyway. They're going to get the wall. They're going to get the chair behind you. They're going to get anything. So what I would recommend instead of burp cloths is receiving blankets. You're going to have a ton. Make sure you have a ton. They're good for everything. Change pads, covering yourself, wrapping baby up, cleaning anything up. Receiving blankets are like the multi-use thing that you just need a ton of. I would recommend having at least 10 to 15, maybe 20. I have so many. And I'm not talking like the big, fancy muslin ones. I'm talking about the little cotton ones. They absorb all that puke on your shoulder, but they will cover you from here to here and halfway down your back. And that's what you need because babies are so good at throwing up. Baby outfits with 3 or 4 pieces. Again, the theory of these is adorable. I love the way they look when other moms put their kids in them. I don't ever put my kids in them because it's so hard to dress a baby. Like, if you've never dressed a baby, get an octopus and try and put some pants on it while it's alive. Like, they're flailing, they're crying, they don't like being undressed. Why are you going to put yourself through the torture of putting 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, even if they're the most adorable pieces in the world, onto this creature that does not want you constraining it like that? Honestly, sleepers. My babies lived in sleepers and one-piece outfits. They have little rompers for summer. They have sleepers for winter, fleece, cotton, everything. They're so cute. And they go on much easier, and you don't lose the pieces. Mix and match. Like, I don't keep 4-piece coordinated outfits around for me. I'm not keeping them around for my baby. So I highly recommend instead sleepers and rompers, depending on the season. Cotton, flannel, they're available everywhere. They're cheap, and you can't lose the pieces because there's only one. Diaper creams. Okay, so this is where I often get disagreements when I'm telling people what I will and will not recommend, because I tell everyone whether they asked or not. And diaper creams, they are what, $12 a box, $13 a box, $20 a box for this organic stuff. Vaseline and cornstarch is all you're gonna need. Vaseline for when they're little babies and that poop that barely sticks to anything other than those first couple days. Those first couple of days you want to use an entire tub of Vaseline for that meconium poop, no matter what. And then after that, if they don't have a rash, you don't need to put anything on them. And if they do get a rash, cornstarch is honestly just the best thing you can put on their baby bumps. Cornstarch and air. My babies get rashes when they teeth. It's insane how red and bloody they can get. Like, nobody tells you this, but they can actually break out in a rash so bad that there'll be blood when you wipe. And it's horrible. And no diaper cream is going to fix that. But cornstarch and airtime are going to fix that. You put your baby down on a receiving blanket, butt naked, hopefully not on your grandmother's quilt, and let them get that air to their bum, and that's what's going to clear it up. That's the only thing that's going to clear it up, no matter what any diaper cream promises you. Occasionally, if you have a very, very bad rash and your doctor tells you you need to use zinc, you are going to need to use a zinc product. I don't use them very often. Zinc is not necessarily something you want to put on your baby very often, but if your doctor tells you you need to, you need to. But until you have a situation like that, you don't need to be putting these expensive scented creams all over baby. Cornstarch, air, Vaseline, that's all you need. What's next? Oh, nursing bras, nursing camis, nursing tops. Just don't do it. They offer no support. They break really easy. These clippies here, I'm constantly ripping those apart. Like, I don't know if I'm just like a violent breastfeeder, but they snap right off all the time. I took one to the hospital this time because I was like, you know what, this is a really cute cami. It was just pretty blue. I thought it would look nice in pictures, and I brought it. And honestly, he wasn't even 6 hours old yet before I broke the snaps off. And maybe I'm violent. Maybe you're not. But for me, the nursing camis have never, ever worked. And honestly, like, if you've ever taken one apart and looked at it, it's like a strap and then interior straps like this that look like some bondage, and your boob goes through it. You pull this part down and you're open. And I mean, if you've got a nursing bra and a nursing cami on, you've got like snap and pull them down. Honestly, simplify. Your life is going to be hard enough with these babies. You need to simplify. Camis, layering camis, boobs pop out of them very, very easily. In fact, you're going to find you might actually have them pop out when you don't plan to, especially if you're co-sleeping. But that's a whole other post, a whole other video. But nursing camis are not necessary if you use just a regular Old Navy, Walmart, cheapo layering cami under a normal t-shirt. And the benefit of this is you can lift one shirt up and pull one shirt down, put the baby on, and you have almost full coverage still. You have full coverage of your postpartum stomach because you're leaving that tank top on. You have the t-shirt. So you have a long layering cami underneath and a t-shirt over top. Everything's covered. And it's so much easier. Regular bras, bralettes. Oh my God, girls. If you have a smaller chest, bralettes are a godsend. They are so easy to just take yourself out of and put yourself back in. They're pretty. They make you feel really feminine. And that's something that's really missing with nursing bras because they are all business. And I mean, there's some cute ones, but they're expensive. Bralettes are great. I love them. They're lacy. They look great under t-shirts. And like I said, perfect for nursing. So I would not recommend any specialty nursing clothing. Work with what you have, your favorite t-shirts and a cami underneath. You're going to be super comfortable. And then my last thing on my list is actually just like a bunch of things. So what I would recommend is if anything costs a lot of money or even just a little bit of money, don't buy too much of them because your baby is going to decide what he likes or she likes and what she doesn't. And even if you think you don't know this child. So pacifiers, bottles, milk storage bags, cloth diapers, cloth wipes. No matter what you think you're going to do as a parent, it's going to be your baby that decides. I was going to cloth diaper my first. I bought probably close to $700 worth of cloth diapers and wipes and these special soaps and special things that went in the dryer with them. And then I got a clothesline. I was going to hang them to dry because it makes them brighter and cleaner. And my baby hated cloth diapers. She broke out in a rash constantly when she was in them. And I know that's not something that a lot of babies experience, but I could not get rid of that rash. So cloth diapers were no good for us. After 6 weeks, I got rid of everything, and it was such a waste of money. Milk storage bags. You may think you're going to pump. You may not pump. A pump, that's another thing. If you have the option of rent, because not all of them work for everyone. And bottles, your baby may not like the Tommy Tippy or may not like the any brand that you buy. Maybe your baby's going to like the Walmart brand. Maybe your baby's going to like the $30 a bottle brand. You don't know, and you won't know until you have that baby and they can try it. So buy a little bit. I'm not saying don't do you. I'm just saying do you a little bit. Buy 5 or 6 cloth diapers. You're going to have to do more washing in the beginning. That's all. But you'll know when you go to buy more what you like. Buy 5 or 6 different ones. Milk storage bags. Buy a pack. Nursing pads. Buy 1 pack. You don't need to stock up on these before the baby comes, unless you get a really wicked deal. But you don't need to stock up on this stuff before the baby comes, because you can buy it after the baby is here and you know you're using it. You may not need nursing pads. I never needed nursing pads. I used cloth nursing pads, and I used them for the first 2 weeks, and after that I've never needed them. Some people just don't. Pacifiers. 4 of my kids have been passy babies, and I love pacifiers. This baby, I'm not giving him one because he's a slow gainer. So these are all things that you're not really going to know until the baby comes, and I recommend you just don't make a big investment into those items until you know for sure what they're going to like. So that's it. Those are my items that I don't recommend putting on your registry or buying for yourself, and my alternatives that I recommend. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I try to update weekly, and I'll be getting more videos out, including one on all the baby products that I absolutely adore, because there are some that I don't feel like I could live without. Yeah, I'll be putting a link below to the post that goes with this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!